Get your pen and paper out because today we are tackling your tangles. If you are dealing with knots and snags that just won't let go, it seems like no matter what you do, your hair is tangly, this video is for you. Today, I'm giving you all my tips and tricks specifically targeted to treating your tangles. Think of this video as your tangle busting toolkit. Like, just save this video for later, share it with a friend, but don't worry, you don't have to do every single one of these things every single time you want to wash or address your hair in any way. This is just everything I can think of that over the years that I've been really focused on healthy hair has significantly improved tangling, not only with me, but also all of the lovely curl coaching students that I've gotten to work with. So make sure you stick around through the entire video because the very last technique may just be the one that works for you. But before we get into the nitty-gritty, I want to say that healing tangles takes time. There's a lot of alliterations going on today. Thank you for bearing with me. So what a tangle is it's a spot in your hair cuticle that is either broken or damaged or completely gone altogether. This is how the hair is snagging together to make the tangle. So healing that damage in your hair takes time. It's not Amazon shipping, free, 2 days, the results arrive. You do X, Y, and Z and poof, you never struggle with a tangle ever again. Dealing with them takes time and dedication and some extra TLC for a while before you get over that hump and things smooth out and you have nice sailing with less tangles. Not all tangles are the same and not every technique in this video is going to work for every tangly situation you find yourself in. But I 100% know that these tips do work and will help you reduce your tangles. The first one starts even before you get in the shower. Now, I don't always do this, but I should because there are just so many benefits to the hair, but I see so many people doing this incorrectly on the internet that I want to debunk some of the things that I see going on. We are going to be using a pre-poo hair oil. And to be honest, I got all of my oils out. Actually, this isn't even all of them. Isn't that sad? I play around with products way too much. There is a wide range of products that could work for you. And the oil that I love may not be the oil that you love. So keep that in mind. I don't want this video to be 10 million years long, so I'm not going to be going through every single oil and every single shampoo and every single hair mask and every single thing product-wise that I think would be helpful. Instead, what I have done is I have created a product guide with over 230 different products in it with 9 different points of comparison telling you which product may or may not work best for you. So instead of doing that here today in this video, if you would like that resource with that information, I made it, it exists, it's in a link in the description. So that's there if you need it. But I am gonna be going in right now with the Briogeo Don't Despair Repair Hair Strengthening Treatment Oil. You don't always need a hair strengthening treatment oil, but this one works really well for me because it's super lightweight. Where I see a lot of people going wrong is they grab an oil with an applicator like this. This is a great oil, by the way. I really love it. It's the Righteous Roots. But they open this thing. I'm gonna close it because I don't want to overdo it. And they're just like glug, 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 soaking their hair in oil. You really don't need much at all. You need maybe just slightly more than you would if you were scrunching out the crunch with oil, but you don't want your hair to look greasy whatsoever. Some oils have more slip than others, so you might play around with different oils. If you put the oil in your hair and you feel like when you go to start finger detangling with that oil, your hair has seized up and gotten more tangly, that's a really good indicator that that product is not the product for you. But if you put the hair oil just glazed over and you gently from the bottom up start finger detangling, and you can feel those tangles sliding past each other and starting to let go, then you know you picked the oil for you. So all we're doing is dry detangling the hair with a hair oil, not much at all. If you do find, like right here on me, the nape of my neck, this side, not this side, probably I sleep on this side more, is more tangly, and I can grab just a smidgen more oil, not much at all, and target apply it to that section that feels more dry, more rough, and more snarly. And there we go. I have finger detangled my hair. My fingers are just running through it. It's a lovely day in the neighborhood. I'm pretty floofy, but you can see that I haven't added so much oil to my hair that it looks piecey and stringy and greasy. It's maybe a tiny little bit, but it's not crazy. Like that section right there. I'm gonna just see if I have any residual oil in between my fingers right there. I'm going to target apply it right there because it's feeling a little dry and a little rough in that section. There we go. So you'll notice I didn't put just a ton of oil on my scalp. I really just focused it on the tangled areas. Scalp oiling has some benefits, but like it's been abused lately. Lots of people are over oiling their scalps. So that is why I'm showing you that you can put oil in your hair without putting it on your scalp, and it can still be beneficial. Why do I feel like I need to over explain myself? Now that that oil's in, you can put your hair up in the curly hair pineapple. Don't ask me why this is the curly hair pineapple, but the curly girls named it that, so that's what I call it. And you can let this sit in your hair for 30 minutes, couple hours, even up to overnight. You don't have to leave it on overnight for it to work. Even putting it in your hair right before you wash has benefit. Now let's move on to the next step. Now this step you can do in lieu of dry detangling your hair with an oil before washing, or you could use it in combination with it if you have severe matting and tangling. Like let's say you started to try and dry finger detangle your hair and you just ran into tangles that were next level. This is more of a big guns approach. Try this one. You're going to take a hair mask that has a lot of slip. You could even use a co-wash for this step. Start the cleansing process. Just whichever conditioner you find to be crazy slippy. I really love this one from Pacifica. It's their hydrating scalp smoothie. It just smells incredible. It's got some scalp benefits in it, but that's not necessary for this part. I'm gonna take the mask and put it on my most tangled, knotty sections. Just smoothing it over on the outside to start. Then I'm gonna start taking my fingers into the hair and try and finger detangle with that mask before I wash. If you run into a tangle, stop. Don't pull through the tangle. What you want to do instead is add a little bit of water to the knot. So I just grabbed a handful of water and chucked it onto the knot, and I'm gonna continue finger detangling. And yep, that knot fell right out. Now, what I didn't share with you at the beginning of this video is that I am somebody who, the entirety of my life, before I started learning about caring for waves and curls, I had the most tangly hair. Like, I was the kind of person who could brush out my hair, sit in a room with no breeze, not move a muscle, not move a single hair on my head, go to run my fingers through my hair and it would already be tangled again after having brushed it out. I had the most tangly hair. And since I've started learning about how to care for waves and curls and improve the health of my hair, my tangles have gotten so much better. So all of these techniques are focused on healing your hair, healing the cause of the tangle, which is damage, and eventually over time the tangles get less and less and less. If you've been hanging out with me for a really long time, you'll know that I grew out my hair super long, or at least it was super long for me. I was very proud of myself. And then I decided to chop off all my hair. Oh my goodness, I'm scared.
Right about there, that's good.
Ah! Oh my goodness! Oops. And donate it to children with hair loss. But then I got the wild hair, pun intended, to bleach my hair to the heavens. I thought that with 5 years of healthy hair knowledge, I could like totally mitigate any of the damage that came with highlights. I was wrong. It took every single one of these hacks I'm showing you today to help my hair recover. And it took time, but my hair got so tangly during that time when I was trying to grow out the highlights and the bleach damage. And the tangles got better and better and better, even with the bleach damage and highlights still in my hair. But thankfully, I have finally trimmed off the last of the damage and I'm back to my virgin hair color, and my hair is now in a healthier state and way less tangly. Okay, did you notice that I let that conditioner sit on my head for a minute while I chatted with you while hanging upside down? That was fun. Now let's move on to the next step. Now this point in the routine becomes incredibly highly individualized. So this will not work for everyone, but it may just be the magic bullet for some of y'all, which is why I'm sharing it. Apple cider vinegar can be a game changer for tangles. Apple cider vinegar is rather acidic and it really has the ability to help seal that hair cuticle and help it lay down smooth so that your hair quits catching on itself and tangling. But this particular product, which I'm holding upside down because it's almost out and I'm trying to keep the shampoo at the bottom, or at the top rather, is the Shea Moisture Anti-Dandruff Shampoo. It's 3% salicylic acid and apple cider vinegar. Come on! Oh my goodness, it's time to repurchase. I really love this stuff. Another reason that I really like this shampoo is that it's really good at removing buildup. I notice now that my hair is healthier, when I start getting a lot of buildup in my hair, that's when I notice I really start struggling with tangles, even with my hair being healthy. Maybe you're dealing with some really hard water buildup and you need a really good chelating shampoo. I like the Weedad Waterworks shampoo. Tell you what, hard water buildup can cause a lot of tangles. Also, do you see how I'm shampooing my hair? I am massaging my scalp with the pads of my fingers, and then to cleanse the lengths of my hair, I am not rubbing it. I am not raking or combing the shampoo through. That's a trend now. I have tried that. I have seen other curly girls on the internet brushing their shampoo through their hair. How? I can't do that. Maybe I'm not using a shampoo with enough slip to do that. I don't recommend brushing your hair with shampoo in it, but I haven't been able to make it work for me. So if it works for you, great. This is how I cleanse the lengths of my hair. I squeeze that lather into the lengths of my hair. How satisfying was that? I'm also going to double cleanse. One moment. Maybe I'm gonna double cleanse. Maybe. Next, I'm going to condition / deep condition. I'm not doing my full thorough deep conditioning. I'm feeling lazy today, but you could totally put on a deep conditioner in your hair, again, applying it as gently as you did with that pre-conditioning session before washing. The one I did with that one right there. Also, you don't have to use a different one. I just wanted to because this one smells really good. But I also wanted to use the Jessie Curl one because this deep conditioner has some of the most crazy slip of any of the deep conditioners I've ever tried, so it's being highlighted. Again, really taking my time to finger comb that conditioner through. I'm not feeling any spots that feel tingly, snarly, or particularly rough, but if I did, what I would do is I would add a touch of water to the section that felt tingly and rough. Then I would run my fingers through it again after adding a touch more water to it. If it still felt dry and rough, I would add more of that Jessie Curl deep conditioner to it. And I would just keep repeating over and over, touch more water, how does it feel now? Touch more conditioner, how does it feel now? Touch more water, how does it feel now? Oh, finally, that tangle let go and the hair now feels smooth and good. Something else I really love to do for tangles is to make sure I'm really evenly distributing that deep conditioner through my hair and using a super gentle brush. I'm pretty sure I just splashed the camera with a little bit of water. This one is the Perfect Hair Care brush. I've talked about this one for a very long time, so if you are exhausted and tired of hearing me say the Perfect Hair Care, I'm sorry, but it's really good, and that's why I keep talking about it. If you've never heard of it, it's very similar to the wet brush, but the bristles are slightly longer, which makes them more effective. It reaches into my hair better, and the bristles are more bendy because they're longer, they're more flexible. So this is my personal favorite detangling brush, not necessarily styling brush, but detangling. This brush wins. In preparation for this video, I Googled how to deal with tangles, and goodness, some of that information on Google was good, but wow, some of it was really bad. One of the recommendations that kept popping up was to use a wide tooth comb when detangling your hair. I don't think there has ever been anything more rough on my hair ever than a wide tooth comb. Did y'all see / hear how this went through my hair? It's gliding through the hair like butter. There's no snagging, no snarling, none. Also, obviously, start at the bottom, work your way to the top if you have extreme tangles, but honestly, at this point, with all of the prep work we've done, I kind of started straight at the roots because there were no tangles in my hair because I finger detangled with the deep conditioner really thoroughly before doing the brush. This was mainly for distribution purposes. Why can't I talk today? Now I'm gonna rinse this deep conditioner out, but if you're being good, and I'm tired, so I'm not being good, you get a plastic shower cap, put this on with the deep conditioner and water in your hair, and then wrap your hair up in your terry cloth towel to trap in heat, or better yet, use a flaxseed heat cap. I'll have one linked from Amazon down below that I really like. Warm that thing up in the microwave, put it on top of the plastic shower cap, on top of the deep conditioner in the water, and let it sit in your hair for 30 minutes. Really good for healing the hair, reducing tangles, and improving the efficacy of any of the deep conditioners or hair masks that you're using. Next up, leave-in conditioner. If you're really struggling with tangles, you're not allowed to skip this step. For a while, I totally skipped leave-in conditioner altogether for the sake of an experiment, and I did learn some things through that. But if you're dealing with tangles, leave-in conditioner. Pick the one you like best. Lately, this one's been blowing my mind with the amount of slip, how lightweight it is, the kind of hydration and tangle reduction I get from this has been mind-boggling. It's been really good. Same thing with the leave-in conditioner. I'm gonna run my fingers through my hair to finger detangle first. Then I'm gonna brush it through for really even distribution. Now, the next thing I want to cover is tangling due to trying to style your hair upside down. I recently shared my full brush styling routine, and the number one comment was, one, if I did that, that would hurt my back and my neck. And the second most common critique was that after brush styling upside down, when you turn right side up, all the hair is like stuck together and tangles at the nape of your neck. To prevent that from happening, what I do is I really brush the hair off the sides and back of my neck. I'm really getting that hair unstuck from my scalp. Doing the same thing on the other side, really getting the hair off the back of my neck right there. And you can see now that when I turn right side up, the hair's not stuck. It's really tumbling on the back of my head. So there's that. All right, now let's move on to how to dry the hair. One moment. You know, without me even mentioning a myriad of different products, I can already tell that this video is going to be marathon length type video. Thank you if you're still here in the video. Remember, one of these things may be the magic bullet that finally helps you resolve your tangles. Now let's talk about how to dry the hair. Obviously, I already have my towel on my head because I was tired of hanging upside down. How you dry your hair really, really matters. You may have noticed that I fully skipped my stylers. I did not put in any gel, no foam, there was no scrunching. And that's because I find that when I air dry my hair, it really helps reduce my tangles. Now, I love scrunching gel into my hair and diffusing just as much as the next curly girl. Like, I love how my hair looks when I go ahead and style it. But if I'm really riding the struggle bus when it comes to tangles, I take a break from styling, let my hair breathe, and I notice that things can get better. It's probably because I simply refuse to diffuse my hair on low speed and low heat. If I'm diffusing, baby, I'm cranking that thing all the way up. So I am definitely using heat when I diffuse my hair, which may be part of the reason that my hair is more tangly if I wash and style it a lot. So today I'm taking the break. I'm doing my product-free air-dried hair routine, and I am using my Perfect Hair Care microfiber towel to help start the drying process. It really does matter what towel you're using. This is something that I was very resistant to for an incredibly long time. I thought it was bougie, I thought it was silly, I thought it didn't work. And part of the reason that I thought that is most microfiber towels that I knew of looked like this. Do you see the loops on it? Listen. Can you hear that? This towel is grabbing every single dry, crusty, lifted flake on my hand and pulling at it. It does the same thing to your hair. If you have a rough spot on your hair where the cuticle is slightly lifted, this thing is gonna grab that lifted spot and maybe even lift it some more. And don't even get me started on terry cloth towels. Ironically, it's not as bad as this microfiber, but it still does have all those loops on it that make it really rough so that it will pull, snag at any little imperfection on your hair and exacerbate the issue, making it worse. Not to mention, this is even just the hand towel. The big terry cloth towels are very heavy, and if you wrap your head up in that and it's pulling on your hair while your hair's wrapped up, that's gonna create some tension damage in the hair as well. So, no terry cloth to dry the hair, no microfiber towel with loops. What do I recommend? What you could use instead could be a good old cotton t-shirt. These are very smooth. See? Nothing's gonna catch, snag, or grab the hair. They're also very lightweight. This is what I used for I wanna say the first year I was really intentional with caring for my hair, and I noticed drastic improvement. But yeah, I have more than one of the Perfect Hair Care towel. Yes, I just do. I really, really, really like this towel. The Perfect Hair Care towel came into my life and my life was changed. This absorbed so much more water than the cotton t-shirt, really shortening my dry time, which meant that I had to diffuse my hair less on high heat and high speed, and less damage happened because this removed more water from my hair and my hair dried faster. This is like the perfect hybrid between the cotton t-shirt. It's that same really smooth material, but it has the absorbency of a microfiber. So it's like a cotton t-shirt and a microfiber towel had a baby, and the Perfect Hair Care towel was born. These also last an incredibly long time. It's one of those things that you purchase once, you don't have to keep repurchasing. It's gonna last you for a long time, and it's really gonna just be a mindless swap. Instead of grabbing your terry cloth towel to wrap your hair up, just grab this, wrap it up, put it up, and boom, your tangles are gonna be reduced. We're almost there, guys. We've almost made it. Hang in there. You're in the home stretch of tackling your tangles. The next tip I have for you is to sleep on a satin or silk pillowcase. Yes, do it. Do it now. There are really affordable options now at the drugstore. Anything that you can sleep on that's going to reduce the friction on your hair while you sleep at night is going to improve your tangles. I personally noticed a big jump in my tangle reduction when I went from sleeping on a satin pillowcase to sleeping on a 100% pure silk pillowcase. I know that not everybody's gonna get the silk pillowcase. I personally found that the investment was worth it because I saw results. But basically anything is an improvement on the cotton pillowcase. And you remember that curly girl pineapple I talked to you about at the beginning of the video? Yep, that's how you're gonna put your hair up to sleep at night. You're not gonna leave your hair down, wild and free. You could try multiple different methods of like maybe rope braiding your hair at night to go to sleep. Don't do it with wet hair. Make sure your hair is 100% dry before you go to bed. My hair's not dry yet because I'm air drying and it's gonna be a while, but don't go to bed with wet hair. Another tip, but in some way, shape or form, put your hair up in a loose, protective style when you go to bed to help improve your tangles. The last thing, here's the last one, and I'm only doing this begrudgingly, is to say that maybe silicones are the thing that you need to use. The reason I hesitate so much to recommend this is that I feel like it's a band-aid on a bigger issue. It doesn't solve the issue, it just covers it up. But if you are finding that you are in a situation where you're really at your wit's end and cannot figure out how to keep your hair feeling soft and silky and tangle-free, maybe use the silicone. They are highly effective at that. Silicones notoriously form a film or a barrier on the hair, helping coat and smooth that hair cuticle down. They're very effective, but the reason that I don't love recommending them is for that very reason. They're very sticky, they're very build-up-y, and if you are not using effective cleansers to fully remove them, which the cleansers that are really effective at removing them are harsher, are stronger than a more gentle shampoo, I find that they're tricky. They're tricky to use well. If there's residual silicone buildup on your hair when you go to wash and condition, your conditioner's not gonna adequately, deeply penetrate into the hair and help condition the hair from the inside out, which is gonna reduce damage long-term and tangles, but this is a really good product. I have used this from time to time. I do like it. This is my favorite product that does contain a silicone. It's been one of the very few products that contain silicone that I've been able to use well and effectively since I've started styling my waves and curls. It's been a while since I've read the ingredients label, but from what I remember, it doesn't contain straight dimethicone, which tends to be the biggest, stickiest, most build-up-y silicone there is. The silicones that are in this particular product are more water soluble. They're not quite as build-up-y. And that is my whole arsenal for tackling tangles. Every tangle should have been covered in this video. Please remember that you do not need to use every single one of these tangle tackling techniques every time you address your hair. Tangles are a result of damage, and really focusing on treating the hair gently, like it's gossamer silk, super delicate, very precious, will over time help reduce the tangles. If your ultimate goal is 0 tangles, that may mean some sacrifices on your end. This may mean that you don't get to wear your hair down wild and free all the time. If it's really windy where you live, wearing your hair down isn't a good idea. Those hair strands are gonna get blown together, wrapped up together, and potentially start tangling, and those hair cuticles start snagging on each other, and you're in a mess all over again. You might just have to wear your hair up more if you live in a windy area. Sacrifices must be made for the sake of perfectly tangle-free hair. Just pick 1 or 2 or a combo of these tips to do every single time you wash and style your hair, when you go to care for your hair, and over time, I guarantee that your tangles will get better. I was somebody who never thought my hair would be this tangle-free, and it is. So let me know in the comments down below which of these tips you think would be best for you and your hair, and tell us why. Let's help each other out in the comments, because that's what we do here on this channel. I'm here to help you. Let me know how I can do that. I sure hope you are having an absolutely fantastic day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.